Hello guys, Alexander Judovic for Creative Lab Workshop speaking, and today I'm going to share with you a little tutorial about create some amazing logo animation inside the After Effects. It will look something like this. The trick is that we will create this by using just the basic After Effects plugins. We will not use any additional plugins like Shortcut Particular or anything like that. So let's start. Okay, let's first import the files. I will go to File, Import File, and after that I will import the smoke, and also I will import the audio as well. After that I will drag and drop audio file to create new composition. Like you see, now we have new composition created and its length the same as the audio's length. We can check composition setting. Be sure that you have 1080p resolution composition, 30 frames. Everything is okay, so we can proceed. So now let's create the title. We'll choose new composition, name it title here, use text type tool to type I use the Capture It font. I will scale it up, use title action save to position right on the center of the frame, and I will scale bottom line just a little bit and position it like this. So we create title. After that we will close the title composition. We will go to audio composition and change the audio composition to we'll call it up in the smoke main 1080p. After that we will use mouse to drag and drop the title and put it like here. Now we will right mouse click, choose camera and insert new camera. We'll name it cam, hit OK. After that we will select title here layer and make it 3D. Now let's create another layer. It's a null object layer. We will turn on 3D switch as well and call it Can Control Layer. After that we will select camera, and with camera selected we will parent it to the camera control layer. Now when we move the camera control layer, we have movement for the camera because the camera is parented to camera control layer. Now let's animate the camera control. We will go to 17 frame, hit position key, turn it on, and after that go to the start of the timeline and move the position in Z space until you lose the title here layer from the side. Now select the second frame and hit F9 and maybe at the end we will move it just a little bit like this. So now we have it. You see it's popping on the screen and stay there for entire animation. Okay, now we will select the time here layer, choose Ctrl Shift and C button on the keyboard and pre-compose. Open the title composition and select title here, pre-composed composition, and after that we will choose simulation, shatter effect. We will choose render. For the shape we will choose glass, repetition set to 70, depth let's set to minus, radius let's set to 0.2, strength let it be 1. After that go to physics and set rotation speed 0.1. Randomness we will set it high like 0.7. Viscosity let it set to maybe 15. Mass variance be maybe 35, and gravity it will be 7. Gravity direction and gravity inclination we will set it like 40 and maybe minus 70, and we will also have position key, the position for the first one. So let's position it like here. Like you see, this is the point for the position. So actually what we do, we tell the shatter layer to start with the breaking or shattering the title here on the right side, and after 4 seconds we will go like this on the left side. So when we hit N on the keyboard to range the rendering on this time and hit the render key, let's start the quarter resolution and then hit the 0 on the keyboard to preview the animation. We will see something like this. So we have the shatter effect. So now we will choose this shattering effect as a grounding foundation for the entire animation. Basically we will create fire, we will create smoke, particles, everything from it. So let's start by going to the main composition. So let me close this. Going to main composition, select title, go right mouse click, reveal layer source in project, select this layer and Ctrl D to duplicate. After that we will name it fire. After that we will go again in the title, and because we have duplicate this layer and now we have 2 different shatters, we will use this first one, title, and readjust it a little bit. For the title we will select to render only the pieces, only the layers, so it will render the layer without the pieces. We will change repetition a little bit higher, maybe 150, and so when the breaks appear, then let me turn, the pieces will go a little bit smaller than the original 70 repetition. Basically, as hard the repetition goes, the renders go slower, but there is more smoothly and smaller pieces of the breaking glasses in this case will appear. So basically we will set to maybe 150 or even I don't know, 160. Like you see, it's a better transition for you. So we will leave it as 160 and go to the fire now. For the fire layer we have this. Now we will readjust again, and now we will turn the render not to all, just to pieces. Now we have pieces without the main layer. So with these pieces we can go and create fire. Now this is the main effect, so what we have to do is first let's pre-compose again and choose shatter, and choose move all attributes into the new composition. So what we'll do, it will move shatter effects and everything inside this shatter composition. Now we have shatter composition with the shatter effects inside, and we have fire with clean effect control layer inside. So we will choose first blur, we will CC vector blur, we will choose constant length 500, 250, angle offset, we will choose 100 as rigid smoothness, and we will choose map softness to 10. And like you see already, it looks more like fire or liquid and less like shattering pieces. Now we have to go extend this effect more by choosing the CC vector blur again, and we will choose leave it as natural, 20 amount, and for the vector map we must use smoke. So we will insert it. Like you see, it's a little bit smoke image, nothing special. Select again and choose smoke, and for the map softness choose 4. Now we will close these two to create more space and choose go to noise and choose fractal noise. After that we will choose basic, contrast will be 45, brightness will be 10, and complexity will be, let's say, 7. Blending mode will stay normal, and we will close the fractal noise as well. So we will have something like this. Let me show you. Something like this. Okay, let's save our current result. Now let's add some maybe glow, style as glow, and for the glow we will set 75, 20, and actually we will leave everything as it is. We will set maybe some curves to increase the impact for this, maybe something like this. And now we will set turbulent displays like distort and turbulent displays, and we will distort some small amount, like 15, 50, and for evolution we will hold the Alt key on the keyboard and hit the keyframe, and after that we will type time multiple 50. And for the firing look we can use something like curves or levels, but I prefer VideoCopilot Color Vibrance plugin. Well, I love this plugin. You can find it on VideoCopilot.net. It's free. Just set the color to orange and that is it. After you render this, you will see something like this. Now to create the fire effect even more realistic, we must open the shatter effect, and after that pre-compose again this title here composition. Now we will move all attributes into new composition and name it shattered without mask. And now we have shattered without mask, and inside there is shatter effect, and we have shattered, and now we will apply mask on it. So we will double click on the mask, use M key on the keyboard to reveal the mask path, and after that click on the key and position it on the 0. On the 4 second we will move entire mask something like this, and when we play the animation you will see that our masks are restricting the animation of the pieces. And now we will hit F key on the keyboard to feather the mask, and we will set something like this, maybe on 200 pixels. Now we have feathering, and after we shut down and go to the fire, you see like right now looks like the fire is disappearing. Okay, so we will close the fire composition for now and close the title composition for now. We have main composition and we create the fire and the main title. Now for the smoke, let's select the fire composition and duplicate it by Ctrl D and rename it to smoke. Now we will open it. After that we will reveal layer source in project, it's shatter. We will Ctrl D duplicate it, we will name it smoke nested and use Alt key on the keyboard and hold it and drag and drop the smoke nested. So we replace the shatter with the smoke nested. So you just select the smoke nested, hold Alt key and hold it and drag and drop it here. And you will see that your shatter composition was replaced with the smoke nested. So we'll open again and we have this with the mask. So now we will close this, and on the smoke composition we will select everything on effect control window and delete it. So we have clean shatter effect. Now we will have to apply several effects again. We will go first to the distort and go to turbulent displays, set the amount 30, size 20, and for the offset, for the evolution, let's go time multiplied for 50. So after that we will close the turbulent displays and choose the CC vector blur again. After that we will choose the amount minus 100 and 70 and map softness 20. After that we will select blur and sharper and choose channel blur, and we will set the alpha blurriness for this channel blur to 20. And after that we will go to the blur, choose Gaussian blur and choose 5, and just like that we create some smoke for our fire. Okay, we will close the smoke layer as well, and now we will have to drag and drop the fire and the smoke layer, and like you see they fit perfectly with this because they are using the same shattering effects, but smoke and fire use the shattering effects on the pieces and the title use shattering effect on the render layer, so they are fit perfectly. Now let's select fire layer again, Control D again to duplicate it, name it shatter pieces, open it. After that select everything inside, delete it, delete smoke image as well, and after that select shatter and duplicate it again. Now name it shatter pieces effect. Now drag and drop this shatter piece again on the shatter layer. Like I told you before, just select, hold Alt key on the keyboard and hold it until you drag and drop it on a timeline, and you see the shatter composition are changed with the shatter pieces effect composition. Now open this composition and hit U key on the keyboard and move this so on the left, so now smaller pieces are shown, and after that select composition, go to reveal on the project and duplicate this composition again, because we must the pieces original, and again Alt and drag and drop it to replace the original with the shutter pieces original. Now we must enter this composition as well, because we must alter the shutter effect for the shutter pieces. Now we go to shape, go maybe 170 and maybe increase the force for this shutter effect to maybe 5, and into the physics we must choose viscosity higher so it holds the pieces together. And let's just see what will happen if we increase the gravity. So now when we go to this and plate, you will see something like this. Now maybe we can go to the shutter piece effect composition and choose and goes even a little more to reveal even less of the pieces after shuttering. Okay. And now in the main composition we will go to the effect control window and we will choose and find time CC force motion blur. We will set the samples to 16 and shutter angle to 600. Now, like you see, it looks like some particles with speed. After that, we're going to apply the same effect color vibrance and we will set it to firing again. And now we created the shattering pieces for the fire, like some fire particles that we have, and we will find this composition main and drag and drop it right on the timeline. Now let me set the preview window for the quarter resolution so we can move a little bit faster. And after that, like you see, maybe we will choose everything, set to add, smoke will position below the title, and now we must select everything and choose time, enable time remapping. Now we must go to maybe 120. Let me find on the LL on the keyboard to reveal the audio waveform. So the animation burning start here, so we will move the all 4 layers so the fire start here. Now we must extend these layers. Sorry, we must extend only the title layer, not these 3. Now let's clean up the project. We will create folder, name it comp, and store all the comps inside. We will delete the preview file for the render, and we will create another comp and name it render comp, and we will put main render composition here. We will create another folder and name it and store image inside, and we will create another and put audio inside. And so now we have everything set up. Instead, last sorry. I will create another composition, another folder, and inside this folder we will store everything except, now we have free folder, change title here, don't touch, and render comp folder. And inside render comp we have final composition, this one. So let's move on. We select the title and select it in the project setting window and Ctrl D to duplicate it and name it burn title. Now open this duplicate composition, and like you see, it's only the main layer without shuttering pieces. Now we must create burning edges for the fire. So when the fire start and when the text start burning, first we must see some burning edges before the fire starts. So how we can do that? We will go to the burn title composition that we already create, and now we have this one layer. We will duplicate it, Ctrl D here on the timeline, and after that we will select this layer and Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose it. We will choose move all attributes into new composition and name it title burn mask. Now we have new composition, and inside we have shatter with one layer only. Now we will have to select the title here, choose alpha inverted mate, and this is the way we say the After Effects to choose the alpha of this layer and apply to this layer. So now if you watch this in full res, like you see, all we see is little edges. So we will select the top layer, the one with mask, and we will choose mate, simple choker, and we will choke it until we hide everything. Now the trick is just to select this layer and move it up a little bit down the timeline like this, so it reveals only part of the bottom layer. Now, like you see, we reveal just the part of the layer. Again, we will go to main composition, we will choose the created burn title composition and set it up just we must do the exact same thing here. We must enable time remapping, move it like this here, and Let's set up the blend mode to add, and let's set generate fill and choose something like fiery orange. So let's select just these two. We will select title and change title color to something like more of maybe something like this, and also maybe on the burn title we will blur this a little bit, maybe some fast blur, like this. And now when we render, like you see, it looks like the fire start heating up the title and then start fire and burning the title away. Okay, maybe it's too much. Maybe I will set up to 4. So something like this. Okay, now let's close this. Now we will select the fire here in the com folder and Ctrl D to duplicate again. We will open this new composition. We will call it exploding particles. Now we must create. Let's delete everything in the effect control window. So we have clean shutter effect. Again, go to project setting window and Ctrl D to duplicate this composition as well. So we can go deep inside the composition nested. And we will name it explode. So we will hold Alt key on the keyboard and drag and drop it to replace the composition. So now we will open this exploding composition, and we have now explosion without mask composition with mask apply. Now we have to remove the mask, go again into project setting window, select the composition, and then Ctrl D to duplicate this composition as well. Now select it and type enter key to rename it and call it explode. Now we will Alt key and drag and drop it to replace it, and after that we will go inside, and now we have shutter effect, original shutter effect. Now we have to change physics, maybe gravity a little bit on this one. We change force, again strength. So let's see. Yes, this is, we must we are creating small pieces of the particles that's exploding, so it must be faster, much faster than burning fire. Okay, and now when we have the shutter effect, we must select this title here, and you hold Ctrl Shift and C to pre-compose this, and we will choose leave all attributes in explode composition, and we will name it explode mask. The reason why we do this is that we don't need so much particles. We don't need to have all of these big fat pieces flying around, so we must go inside, select the layer, and then go to find, first let me find the effect that I'm looking on, is find edges, invert. Like you see, now we have only the edges, and after that we will need to find mate, simple choker, and reduce this to something maybe like this. So we will go to explode, and let's increase the resolution so we can see exactly what we are doing. And we have smaller, thinner pieces of the particles flying around. Like you see, it's like almost like some micro pieces of the logo that blasted away with the fire. So after this, you can play around it and maybe go more. Let's see now. Well, it's barely seeing, so I will reduce a little bit, maybe like this, 20, and after that, like you see, we have some additional details to our animation, like some explosive particles created by fire. Great. Okay, so after that we will close everything. Now we will find this explosion particles main composition and set it up right here. Again, we will choose time, enable time remapping, and place it just here. And after this, blend mode set to add as well. After that we will open it, and here let me increase the preview so we can see. We will go to generate fill, maybe some orange as well, and after that maybe we can choose some styles, glow, additionally increase the burning, and if we think that we have too much of the particles, maybe we can go open, maybe we can open the choker again and maybe increase a little bit of the simple choker so we have smaller pieces, and also maybe we can go to shatter and use shape to set up the 150 pieces so we can create a thinner pieces that can shatter away. We can play around with it until it looks perfect, but here it is. Now for the glow I will reduce it, and maybe change the color to something more yellowish, and maybe another made simple choker effect, and just thinning a little bit this final shatter. Maybe again something like this. Let me move these two effects, and after that I will close everything. Now we have placed our shatter pieces, fire, exploding particles, title, smoke, and so on. So we will now try to position this layer in timing so it can fit perfect to the animation. So now we have fire. Let's start here, and we have smoke. We will move the smoke couple of frames after, so it can start just after the fire. Let me see. Why this may be a little bit more. Now we can select the tint and maybe choose something more yellowish, and maybe adjust the transparency for this to 50%. After that, let's go back to the beginning of the fire, and now we will select burning title and address this problem here. We will do that by opening the burning title, and after that select the first this layer with shatter effect. You know, the problem is that if we turn off this alpha masking, and the problem is if you look at this, there is shattering start and break through the very large piece of logo instantly. So we must, because this is the starting position, we must go with this like this here, and now like you see it will start with smaller pieces. Maybe we can go even more, and now like you see it's working. Again, we must open this burning mask, and after that we must all go to start, use U key to reveal the keys for the position, and after that let's crank up a position of this shatter effect also. Let's try maybe a little bit more, and like you see it's working now. In matter of fact, let's select the exact value of this one and use it for this one. That way it will fit each other perfectly, and after that I will choose alpha inverted mate again, and like you see now it's working better. But now we have select this and go time, enable time remapping, and after that we can move both of this layer and then extend this layer like this, and now we need just a little bit more. Like you see now it's working. It starts from the right side and it goes all over to the left. Now we will go to this and we will see something like this. Now we can set up the burn title for this. Like this. But now we must do this for every other shattering effect. So let's do this quickly. Well, dig deep inside the composition until you find the shatter, and after that go to force and choose position and set the same value like on the other one. So we will do this for this, and we will do that for the title as well. For the smoke as well. Force 1. Okay. And for the, I'm not sure if we done already fire, but we will open it again and take a look. Yes, and just shatter pieces is the only one left. So we'll open this again. Selected force, be sure that you start with on the start of the composition, because here is a key and we want to change this key. And now we will close everything. And after we close everything, we should align the burning title with the now, like you see, it's working because we have title, burning, and they're disappearing like this, and it's go all over the logo until all is gone. Okay, now we also have smoke, we have exploding particles, we have fire, and we have shattered pieces. Now we will create background layer. Black color. We will set this layer on the button so we can go to the effect control and choose generate ramp. Where is ramp? Where is ramp? Generate gradient ramp. Okay, I found it. And now we will move this like this and change yellow to something more like this. Now we will go to noise, and add maybe 3% of noise, maybe 2%. Now we will choose, or let's just Control D to duplicate, and after that we will delete everything, go to generate fill, choose something bluish like this one, create mask, F key on the keyboard to feather it, and set the soft light, or maybe screen would be better. And after that, let's adjust this. We need just a little bit color for the, and maybe increase this to 300. Also, let's add noise to this 2%, and you will see something like this. Let's reduce to 1% of the noise. After this we will close these two, and after that we will duplicate again this, and now we will go to fill, hit M to reveal the mask, delete mask. After that choose this and leave as something like this. Now we will call it light, move it over the title, leave just the title, and now let's see. We have title here, we have light we will position here, and we will hit S key, we will hit T for transparency, and we will hit position, and we add the keys for all three values. So we will use U to reveal all three values, and now we will add another key. Now we will go back to first key, and then we will scale it up to 0, transparency to 0, and position it here. Now just follow the title, and somewhere here, and now go there and copy paste first three values, and after that let's move it just a little bit. Now, like you see, this light following the... Now let's adjust this light. We will select overlay. Now, like you see, this light is barely visible on the background and more visible here on the front. So we will use double click M key on the keyboard to reveal the mask options, and after that we will maybe expand mask to be just a little bit smaller and feather it like this. And after that let's turn off the opacity anyway and reduce it to 50, just a little bit, so we have a little shining from the fire, like this. It's another macro detail, but it's important to, like you see, and you can play around it. You can maybe go to increase the, you see the difference, like this. Okay, and after we do that, we can go duplicate this again, turn the screen, go below the title, and then use T key on the keyboard to reveal the opacity and move it to 20 maybe. Now we have some additional detail, and after that we will create another layer, duplicate background, move it on the top, name it, I will use VideoCopilot Optical Flare, but you can use anything else. I will delete everything on this layer. I will go to VideoCopilot Optical Flares, and after that I will go to Option. Let me show you. I will turn everything off and go to Lens Subject, and I will choose this. Now I will close it, and you see after I move this and this, by addressing these two values, we will have the animate the logo. So I will select these two values, go to this place, and I will then move it closely like this. Now let's show the title. When the fire goes on, we will move this like this, just following the fire. Or maybe even like this. Let's see how it looks. Okay, very cool. And after that, we will select brightness 100%. Click U again, reveal the brightness slider, and after that we will brightness set to 0, and here we will set to 0 again. Let's check it out. Great. Now we animate the, let's try it. Great. Let's save the work now. Also, we forgot to delete this mask, so we will select layer M, delete mask, and now let's start. Select this layer and duplicate again. Delete everything. Let's solo adjust this layer. Use M to reveal mask and delete it again, and then we will go and go to simulation and choose CC particle world. Now we will open producer, and we will set birth rate to 0.1, longevity in seconds in 0.8. Now we're creating particles that will be flying from below, like some secondary animation. So we'll set the physics velocity to 4.5. Inherit velocity will be 40. Gravity -1. And let's move the position in Y on 1. Sorry, like this here, maybe, so we can see position in Z. Like this here. So let's see just what we have for now. Okay, maybe we can move it. That's looking better. Let's increase the radius like this here. Great, and maybe in Z as well. That's look great. Resistance, maybe we can 2.5 maybe. Okay, and that is it. Let's leave the particles as it is, color everything. So we'll just close this. And it looks like this. So maybe we will reduce the optical flare brightness a little bit. It's too much. So I will choose this. And let's see. Like this. Much better. Much better. Now let's clean up the project again. So we have background, it's the lamp. Now we have lights on background, we have optical flare and everything set. And now the last thing that we should do, and that is nevertheless very important thing, select camera and select the main title. And now we must create some shaking effect for the camera. We will choose slider, duplicate, name it magnitude and frequency. Now select the P, alt click here to create the expression, and after this we will type next value. Wiggle. Close. Okay, now by animating these two values, we will animate the position for this camera control layer. Now we have this will be 0. Two and maybe 12. Let me see. Okay, maybe I must increase this to 5 and 60. And maybe amplifier start, we will add 2 keys on the 0, and after amplifier start, let me find some value for this, maybe 4 and 30, and after that let's see where is the logo disappearing, and that is at this point. We will set an additional 2 keys on 0, and let's see what we create. Okay. We have shake and then steady period, and then after start burning it starts trembling and shaking again, and after that, when the logo disappeared, the shaking is gone as well. And now let's render everything. Close everything, clean everything up, save it. Hit 0 on the keyboard and wait until the render preview is finished so we can see what we have created. So the end result is this. Okay, for the end I would like to say, first, forgive me for my not so great English. I hope you didn't have trouble understanding me and follow this tutorial. In the description you will find a link to our website where you can download this project file for free. If you want to purchase some template, you can find our templates on videohive.net and motionpilot.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and like this video and subscribe to us if you find this tutorial useful. This was Alexander Judovic for Creative Lab Workshop, and I wish you all the best. Have a great day.